right at the kickoff, God created the cosmos. God, capital G, made creation, capital C. See, before there was nothing, capital N, but God speaks, snaps his fingers, and then the heaven and earth are birthed by his words, a beautifully brilliant burst of the universe, God's creation, made up of countless constellations, of several million solar systems and several billion stars, of planets upon planets like Jupiter and Mars, 'cause in the beginning, the big brilliant boss made space, made matter, he made the cosmos. Yet the earth was still empty, like a lounge without seats, like a shop without sweets, like a rapper without beats. We're talking opposite of plenty, but not for long. See, God was in charge and was going to planet with his glory surfing the surface of the planet. Lights, God said. Then the light lit up the night like lightning. It was a good kind of frightening, as night and day got a different time frame, as day became light and the dark was called night. Then sky, said God, and a space was made between sea and the sky. With God's blue sky thinking, he puts clouds up high, light fluffy fun ones and grey grumpy glum ones. He made droplets of rain and colourful rain shows as he illuminated rain into radiant rainbows. The sea was below, and the rain poured above it, and God scanned his craftsmanship and said, "Yeah, I love it." Let the rocks rock up and make land. See, the ground split the sea exactly as planned. Caves and cliffs with land that was grand, and mega mountains at the peak of their heights, next to vast valleys. What a brilliant sight! They were made up of mud and rocks that were rough. God looked over his handiwork. This is good stuff. And then trees, grass, fields, God said. And just like that, the world spread with veg, tropical tall trees, and pods full of peas, and freshest fruit nestled next to the leaves. Appetizing apples, these aren't simply rumors. Batches of bananas and so sweet satsumas, figs on twigs and cherries a pear, grapes on vines and pears to share. All the greens in the shops that you see are on sale. God even made superfoods like spinach and kale. Even the salads, yes, he made those too. God checked it all out. This is so cool. Next, skylights. See, God pinned up lights, and he switched on the sun that lit the day bright. And as he reflected, the Maker made room. In the sky he made moon, a great glow in the night, sharing the sky with stars that were bright, near, far, and further away. God said of his universe, now that's a display. And then God filled the seas, oysters and octopus, mackerel and mussels, eels and seals and deep sea turtles. See what I mean? It was a sea-filled story. With clownfish like Nemo, you'll even find Dory, sharks and squid, coral and cod. God took a look. This is awesome, said God. Then birds, said God. And suddenly in the sky were birds of all kinds that could soar, swoop and fly. He made pigeons and puffins and pelicans too. He made kestrels and kites and white cockatoo, beautiful birds with wings for their flight. He even made owls awake in the night. God said, have fun, birds nest up and make chicks. And the birds tweeted praise with a melody mix. Next up, animals. bulls, dogs and brilliant bullfrogs, bats, cats and wonderful wombats, elephants with trunks and camels with humps, monkeys that swing and crickets that jump, koalas up trees, butterflies that breeze, things that go buzz like beautiful bees. Even the bugs, all creepy crawlies, grasshoppers that hop, salamanders that slither. He made crocs and hippos that hang by the river. Think of a creature, that's right, you name it. God said the word just like that, he made it. It was all good, but God raised the bar by far. He made the greatest of creatures with godlike features. You should have seen him at work, you'd be totally speechless. He moulded magnificently, formed them so wonderfully, delicately, dexterously, and ever so expressively. He made them. Who? You and me. Boys and girls, just like he planned it. Look what I've made, as God points to the planet. From little to large, this is your crib. I'm putting you in charge of it all. The creepers that crawl, the birds that sing, the fish that swim, everything. God took it all in. Every bit looked good to him. It was a masterpiece. And the master took in every piece. And just before he sat back in his seat, and he kicked off his shoes and he put up his feet, God saw us and smiled, and he said, "What a feat! This is so good. Now it's complete."